Okay, so it's Inspirational Women's Week, and what we've decided to do as a college this year is to really look at some of the inspirational women that walk our corridors. I think as a college, it's such a big college, and we don't always know the women and the inspirational women that walk our corridors. So I'm very, very happy to say that we've been joined today by the amazing, inspirational Natalie Connor, and we're going to have a chat with her about her career and things like that. So first of all, Natalie, for people who, I don't know why they wouldn't, but for students and staff, can you just tell us what your current position is in the college?
Yeah, I'm currently the interim vice principal for curriculum and quality at the college.
And when you're not an interim and you're not juggling 150 other plates, your job before you're interim?
Yeah, me normal job, if you want. I'm assistant principal of life skills and young people.
So what's life skills and young people? What does that come under?
Life skills and young people is probably about half the students at the college fall under my director at one point or the other. So we have maths and English, ESOL, science, 14-16 provision, learning for life, foundation learning, our satellite centre, which is Thornton College, that we're in partnership with Septon Council with as well. Yeah, that's mainly my areas.
Not a lot then. No, just a small group of students. So just looking back, you know, how's your career started and your journey and your career in education?
Okay, so in education, I came to the college in 2005, just after I'd had my second daughter, Belle, and I started as a community development worker. So I work 17 hours a week, liaising with the community, trying to get courses up and running and stuff. I was due to be made redundant 9 months into my first year, and I was given the opportunity to train as a teacher. The college invested in me, put me through my cert, had some different level 3 qualifications, and I picked up some proportional hours teaching alongside doing some academic support work back in the day. And then I think I first got my full-time teaching job at taught maths in about 2007, 2008 academic year. And then I was a maths teacher. I was lucky enough to get the GCSE maths into our area, and I led on GCSE maths. It wasn't as big as it is now at the college. There was about 2 or 3 groups a year then. It was an elitism. And then from there, I think it was probably about 2012, I went into management, and I was a senior practitioner for quality. Then I went up to assistant director for quality in the Directorate of Languages, Maths and Adult Studies. I then moved about 6 or 7 years ago to Director of Languages, Maths and Adult Studies. And then I was there for about 3 years, and then a couple of different areas all came into one directorate. So it was Languages, Maths and Adult Studies, plus Thornton College, Learning for Life, and 14-16. And I was successful in getting the assistant principal role there, which I've been doing that job now for about 2.5 years. And then from December, I was appointed on a 6-month contract to do interim vice principal role.
I mean, that is itself just an unbelievable journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, because so many people come into education because that was their plan, that, you know, they go to university, they do their A-levels, university, go and get the... So yours was, you didn't even start to be a teacher, did you?
No, I wanted to be a choreographer when I left school, Louise. Didn't happen. No, and then I worked as an accountant. I'd done some, like, an accounts junior, and then I'd done some accountancy qualifications. It wasn't until I had my daughter, Caitlin, when I was 21, that I decided I wanted to do something different. So I went back and done an access course, and then I was due to start university to do early years teaching. And I started in September and I was pregnant by the October with Belle. So I deferred. I ended up having Belle, and then I wanted to get into an educational establishment. And mainly, it sounds dead superficial now, and it's not the reason now, but I wanted the holidays. I wanted to spend time with my kids and not have to depend on people looking after them as they grew up. So that was my primary reason to go into education, but I wouldn't look back now.
Do you find that because you've sat in so many different areas, has that supported you being a vice principal now that you've done this journey?
100%. Like, I love the people I work with. Every day it's not a drag to come into work, and a lot of people have known me in all my different roles as well. So it's really easy to, ask people questions or know who to go to for some help when I need it. And I think that's really, really beneficial.
What do you find a key inspiration for you for working in education? What inspires you being in education?
As you know, by the areas within my remit, for a lot of them, we are second chance. We haven't got, the 16-year-olds who have aced all the GCSEs and have moved on to do their level 3s or their A levels, or it's given them students the chance. The students we always go on about people being dead deprived and this, that, and the other, but our students have the same aspirations as everyone else, and all we need to do is open the doorway, make sure we're there to support them in every way. And I think that's what it is. I sit in the 14-16 most weeks, especially during the lockdown period, and I go and speak to the kids and see how they all are. Same with Thornton. I go to Thornton and I work from Thornton every Thursday, and yesterday I joined in the PE lesson and was doing Just Dance with them. And I just think, when you see what we do and how we change some of these kids' lives and what we offer them, it's just amazing. Really is.
Well, you've alluded to the dance a couple of times, so I one of the reasons why I asked Natalie to do this, because she inspires me how she does it all. I don't know how she does it. So we'll talk about your family in a bit, but you still some association with dance somewhere. You still have something to do with it, don't you?
Yeah, I've danced all my life in all different places and all different styles, but I've done modest dancing for a long time. And me and my best friend, who's 40 today, we run a modest dancing troupe. So we've got, up to now, we've got 90 girls on the books, and they start from age 2 and they go up to age 40, which is my friend today. And we have, it's like formation dancing and different routines, and we compete across the Northwest. And we used to do it weekly, but to be fair, it was a lot, because we're both professionals. We both have full-time jobs and family commitments, so we do it every other week now, and throughout the season of March till November, and we take them all away for a weekend to compete in the championships in November. It's great. I love it.
I mean, how do you juggle it all, Natalie? How do you still manage to, do most probably, one of extremely high-powered senior management role, and manage to still do everything to do with your Morris dancing?
Diet Coke usually. I think when you enjoy something, it doesn't seem as much of a challenge. It's tiring and it's exhausting, but from a dancing point of view, what Adele and I get out of it is amazing. I've watched my 3 girls, they all dance, and I danced myself up until about 2 years ago. And what you get out of it, the friendship, the camaraderie, it's amazing. Even during these lockdowns, we haven't been able to dance, but we hold regular Zooms, and the kids, if they ever need a reference for school, they'll always come to me, or they need any advice. It's amazing. I'm fortunate because I train the age 11 to 16 troupe, and also one of the adult troops. So I'm not dealing with running around after 2 or 3 year olds. I just have the sassiness of
You
the
just have that at home, love.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
You've obviously a couple of times now you've talked about your family. So you are the mother of 3 absolutely beautiful daughters and 1 gorgeous son. What does that bring to your life as being, I mean, I'm not taking a side son, but you're bringing up 3 women and we're talking about Inspirational Women Day. How do you inspire them to be inspirational women in their lives?
I think it's always been about working hard for what you want. Now, I lost my mum 10 years ago. I was only 30 when I lost her, and she was really inspirational. And when I lost her, I was only just starting out in my teaching career, and it was really, really difficult because I had these young kids in all different schools or nurseries, and I was running around, and then I split up with my ex-husband as well. So I was a single parent of the 3 of them, and I could have just give up. But if I'd have done that, what would I have been showing them? And the fact I did have that whole, oh, you're the only mum that never picks you up from school, and I had all of that, and pulling on my heartstrings. But now they're dead proud of what I do. Well, 2 of them are. The other one's just like, but, the eldest 2, they're proud. Like, they're really, really proud of what I do. When it was Christmas, they came in and helped decorate the 14-16 area, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it. And I think I've shown them, and I think I need to keep showing them that no matter what life throws at you, you've just got to keep going, and you can achieve it, and we'll all help each other. I think that's the key.
They are a real credit to you, Natalie, all 3 of them, and our gorgeous little boy as well. So you talked about that single mum, and that will relate to so many of our mature learners. But I'm not saying that will be. What has been one of your biggest challenges in your career and trying to juggle it all?
Childcare. It's knowing like where to go and when you've got 3 different activities after school for each of them. You work 9 till 5, and such needs dropping off over there and them over there. For about 4 or 5 years, it was really, really difficult, and I couldn't even think until the Sunday as to what was happening that week, because it would give me real anxiety. But I have got such a good network around me. I might not have my mum and my nan anymore, who used to help me a lot, and my ex-mother-in-law and stuff, but the people I have got around me really, really help and support me. I'm married again now, and I've got my son George, and his dad, he works away, so he works offshore, so he does 8 weeks on and 8 weeks off. So for 8 weeks, it's great. You'll see me skipping in, at 7:30, 7:45, just to get out the house and all that. But the weeks he's away, I'll be that one who's running in at 8:30 and thinking, oh my God, have I done this, have I done that? Because I think we all do. Or who's picking the baby up today and stuff. It's got easier as they've got older, because my eldest Kate, she's 19 now, and she can drive, so she helps me a lot. But again, that goes back to me having high expectations of them, and they know they've got to support me now, in everyday life, especially when my husband's away.
As I said, you are an inspiration now for everything that you do. So who inspires you?
Probably the network around me. I have a very, very close friendship circle, who, they're strong and independent women. They might bring the children up on their own, or they might have high professional jobs, or they might just cope with life in general a lot. I've got a lot of people I can bat off if I've got anything. But I think just as a whole, I think for me, it's me children. I do everything I do for me children and me mum, because I think I've got it a lot easier than she had it when she was younger, when she had me. And, if I can turn out okay, I'm hoping mine can as well.
You've turned out more than okay. Thank you so much, because I think it is so important that, especially someone who's currently one of our acting vice principals, we always sometimes feel as students and staff that we're disconnected. And I think the fact that you one of the inspirational things about you, Natalie, is that you really are on the corridors. We had an offset inspection, which feels like years ago now. And I'd only just come into middle management. So this is a bit of a background why Natalie inspires me. And I'd only come into management, so it feels a bit odd, offset inspection, and you're a manager and you're held accountable and you've got to sit on boards. And things weren't going quite great in the middle of the week. And Natalie's attitude was, tell me what I need to do and I'm going to do it. And Natalie literally took her shoes off and she was running from one division to another division to that and the other. So to me, just thank you for being so visible, and thank you for always checking on us all, as she does. And thank you for being an inspirational member of staff at Baird College. Thank you for your time, Natalie.
Thank you, Louise, and thank you for inviting me.